Hi, friends. It's Peggy from PrettyPaperCards.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm here with my little Yorkshire Terrier, Ellie. And welcome. Happy Friday. Welcome to my YouTube people, my YouTube friends, and my Facebook friends. I'm so glad to see you today. I'm going to check here and make sure that we really are live. Hopefully. Yes, we are. I'm always so excited. Hi, Pam. Good to see you today. Okay, and Roz, I see that you're watching also. Excellent. Good. How are you girls today? How's your weather this lovely Friday? From Iowa. Roz, I know the other day it was hot for you. Crystal, yes, from Iowa. Are you still hot, Roz? We are 93 degrees today. Very warm here in inland San Diego County. It's supposed to calm down. Thank you for sharing. I always appreciate sharing. Jeanne, good to see you. I think Ellie thought I was going to clonk her or something when I grabbed my glasses. Is that what you thought, baby? She's in her sleepy mode. Pam, warming up in Ohio. Hi, Jeannie Kid. Good to see you. And Tina, rainy Granite Falls, North Carolina. Okay, we could so use the rain out here. We've had we've had 1/10 of an inch in April. Georgia, good to see you. You just finished physical therapy. Good girl. Roz, beautiful and spring-like the past 2 days, but getting hotter again in Florida. And Roz just had a birthday. Is today the day after your birthday or 2 days after your birthday, Roz? In any event, congratulations. Birthdays are special. And Karen, good to see you, Karen, on this Friday, late afternoon, early evening for some of you. Ellie is really in a little daze. She really is. She's gonna are you gonna fall asleep right there, baby? You're just sleepy, girl. Yes, you are. She just kind of sleepy. Marcia, good to see you. And she's gonna be licky. She's so cute. This morning she was zooming around and doing her little zoomies around the house. So what's everybody going to be doing this weekend? Yesterday was your birthday, yes. Well, happy day after your birthday. I know when we get older, our birthdays last for like a week. Carol, good to see you. Hello, Tracy Christine from Connecticut. How are you? And so what are you guys going to do this weekend? I am having a card class tomorrow, and I've got all my cards made for the ladies, all their little envelopes put together so they can make the cards, but I've created all the pieces and I'm excited for them. I'm having a new lady that I met here on our lives on Wednesday. Her name is Ruth, and she lives right here in Escondido, and she's going to be coming and bringing her sister, so I'm really excited about that. And I have some other ladies, so I'm looking forward to that. And then we're going to just do some relaxing the rest of the weekend. And it's supposed to get a little bit cooler, so that'll be good. I still have my cough. So I guess that just hangs on and hangs on. So I'm trying to drink a lot and hoping that goes away. Lori Mantovi, good to see you. So, what is new? What should we talk about that's new? What's new? Well, we talked last Wednesday. I'm going to put put Ellie down. Yes, it is fun to find a new card maker nearby. It's very exciting. I have some of my soda. So we talked the other day about the new Stampin' Rewards. Do you all know about the new Stampin' Rewards that are going to be happening starting next Tuesday? Georgia just finished reading My name is B1259. Ah, okay. Did you like it? I don't really have that much time for reading. I'm mostly stamping when I have spare time, or looking at cards on Facebook or Pinterest or something like that. So does everybody know about the new Stampin' Rewards? Because it's going to be great, I think. Everybody gets Stampin' Rewards starting at the $20 order level. Hi, Holly. Good to see you. And that is going to be great. So if you place an order, let's say you're not going to place a $20 order, because has anybody placed a $20 order? I mean, that's so small. Linda Leonhardt, good. Yes, say you place a $100 order. Okay, that's more like my size order, right? So if you place a $100 order of product, you get $10 in rewards in your account on Stampin' Up. You'll have your own little account, and the next time you shop, you'll be able to use it, or you can save it up for a year and accumulate that. And maybe you have something you really want to buy, like maybe a Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine or something like that, and you could accumulate all those little rewards and make them a big fat reward and buy something that you really wanted. So anyway, the rewards are going to be great, and they start next Tuesday at 2 p.m. Mountain Time. So they said the website, I think it might be down for a little moment or two so that they get that all transferred over. But after that, we're going to be earning those 10% rewards, and I think it's going to be wonderful. So I'm really excited about it. Okay, Georgia says it's a great book, A Man Who Survived 9 Concentration Camps. You're making me want to read it, Georgia. Okay. That sounds very good. Very good book recommendation. Wow. So, okay, that is really all I have that's new. But what I'm going to do is turn you down for a minute. Julia, good to see you. Please excuse my coughing. I'm so sorry. And the weather is a bit dry here. I'm going to turn you down. We're going to take a look at the brand new catalog. If you do not have one and you don't have a demonstrator, I would love to be your demonstrator. And I would love for you to let me know that you'd like a catalog that you plan to order from me, and I will get a catalog out to you. Email me at peggy@prettypapercards.com. Were things better at work today? You must be asking I don't know who you're asking, Raj. You must be asking someone else, because I don't work. I'm retired. This is my work, and it's so wonderful. I love doing what I want and being happy and getting to choose what I want to do. It's really wonderful. But I have something I want to show you that I got when I was back east visiting my son. I went to, they took me to the Massachusetts Museum of Contemporary Art. It's called Mass MoCA. Have any of you been there? We almost always go there when I visit, and it's really a fabulous place. I love it. It has amazing stuff. Well, in the gift shop, guess what they had? Bow cards. Okay, bow cards. And I'm going to show you these bow cards. I had to buy them because they were so different. I had never seen them before. And you get 4 of each. I wanted to see if I could try to figure out, oh, you were multitasking. I'm glad it's not just me, Roz. And I hope things were better at work for him today. So, okay, you love that museum? Okay, so you've been there. If you haven't been there, if you ever go to, I believe it's in North Adams, Massachusetts. Well, it's not too far from where my son lives, and we love it. And they actually were, my son and his wife were actually part of an exhibit there There's an exhibit that includes serving tea, and the the artist commissioned them to create the tea that's served in that particular exhibit. So we went to taste the tea when they were serving the tea. Excuse me. And these are the cute envelopes, the same envelopes for every one of the bows. But yes, how cool are these? But it took me a minute to figure out how they work. And it says, open me. And check this out. They open this way. This is just the coolest. I mean, wouldn't it be true that these would be at a museum? I want to figure out how to make these. Hi, Vicki. Good to see you from Arizona. Are these not just so darling? Now that doesn't seem to be going in exactly perfect. But you pull the little loops out from the sides. That's how you open the little bows. And I'm sure it's copyrighted, so I guess probably it wouldn't be good for me to figure it out, because I'm sure it probably says. Yes, it is copyrighted by Chronicle Books, LLC. But I was just enamored by these as a card maker. This, of course, was my favorite. Roz, oh, your cousin lives in Pittsfield. Very close. Yes, very close to Williamstown. Very close. Betty Bell. Hello, Betty Bell. I love your name. And then this little pink one opens like this. Are these not the cutest? I mean, as card makers, I think we could all be very enamored with these. Aren't these just darling? And then they go in these cute envelopes. I just had to show them to you because I had to buy them too, because I'd never seen such a thing. Darling, darling. Anyway, I just had to show them. So if you're ever at the Mass Mocha up in North Adams, Massachusetts, check out the gift shop. Copyright doesn't mean you can't figure out how something works and figure out something similar. Okay, Renee, thank you. Thank you. Linda, good to see you. Good to see you. Anyway, those just blew me away. Okay, so I didn't end up making a fun fold today because I made something different that I think is very cute. The reason is I was creating for the class tomorrow, and I came up with this card. Now theirs is not this fancy because I couldn't cut this many of this little frame, but I just felt like I wanted to make this card with you today. And it's made with the Storybook Friends dies. In particular, this frame. I love these frames. There's the oval and more of the arch looking one, and then there's this rectangular one. So I chose this one, and what I did is I put 3 of them, 2 in Peach Pie and 1 in Azure Afternoon. I stretched myself and used a color I don't usually use, Azure Afternoon. And I don't know, I wanted to make a birthday card. I knew the ladies tomorrow would want to make a birthday card. And anyway, I wanted them to see these dies. And I think they're so cool, the Storybook Friends dies. I know a lot of you, oh, there's one of the little pieces that comes out of the die. But I just love these frames. And so I thought we'd make this today, if you don't mind making it with me. And what we're also using is the Wildflower Birthday, the bundle and the paper. Now the Wildflower Birthday paper, we've looked at it before. Yes, Georgia, it's beautiful. The Storybook dies, Storybook Friends. The Wildflower Birthday paper just actually blows you away because it has just a lot of interesting stuff. The paper is beautiful to begin with. I'm going to show you these. Okay, these, I love this one. and they're just absolutely beautiful. Check out this. Beautiful cakes. And then this paper, you can cut these out to make banners. And then it has several pages of pre-die cut pieces, and I've gone ahead and punched them out and put them in here of little banner things, flowers, and lots of large pieces, but I have those over on my table for the ladies to use for the class tomorrow. I just have the small ones left here. All these little fun cutouts. The large pieces are cakes and cupcakes and balloons and very large. This is the neatest and the most fun birthday paper I think I've ever seen. It's called Wildflower Birthday. If you don't have it, it's beautiful, Georgia. And I checked, it's not on last chance, so I'm assuming it's carrying over. It might be going into online exclusives, is all that I can think. We won't know until May 6th. But that's what we're going to use here. So, and this is the set, the bundle. This is the stamp set, and then these are the dies. We're only going to use the stamp set today. But the dies have all the numbers, which are very cool, really neat, kind of slanted, and the banners, and this little guy, which holds the banners. And it's really a fun set. But we won't be using the dies today. I just wanted to show those to you. Okay, let's get started on our fun card. So again, I'm going to use, I don't know, I'm in this mood. I'm using a lot of these tall cards, the 11 by 4 1/4. And we score this at 5 1/2. I don't know, I've just been using this a lot lately. Have you, Roz? You've made a lot of things with this. Hello, Deborah. You're from Massachusetts. Okay, we were just talking about MassMocha. Have you been to MassMocha, the Massachusetts Museum of Contemporary Art? In I think it's North Adams. We were just talking about that. So you're very timely. Your coming on is very timely. So this is the piece we're going to use as the backing piece. This is some flowers, and the background is our peach pie color, and this piece is going to be 4 by 5 1/4. I had already cut it at 4, and so now I'm going to cut it at 5 1/4 like that. And so we can go ahead and glue this on. You don't think of, oh, you call it a temp card? Okay, you don't think about making these cards? I don't know, once I kind of get, once I start doing something, then I do it for a while, then I'll switch to another type of card. But anyway, I'm on this type right now. So you all get to be on it with me. I think it's just kind of different than what people expect. So there is our card base, and we're going to build on this. So what I've done to save some time is I've gone ahead and pre-cut from Peach Pie cardstock these 2 frames, because it would take a while for us to cut 3 frames, but we are going to cut one from Azure Afternoon. So let's go ahead and get our Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine up here with our beautiful die. And I'm using the big one today because, well, because this frame kind of just barely fits in the small one. And so I'm just going to do it this way. And I'm going to go back and forth, do it back and forth, because there are a lot of little tiny pieces that are going to pop out. Yes, definitely put the word prize, because if you, the prize will be this card. So I'm going to check and make sure that it cut through all those layers. Well, I mean, not all the layers, but all the little areas, and I think it did. So I think we're good. Okay. when you have a lot of little tiny areas like that, it's good to go back and forth, run it through twice. So now I'm going to use my Take Your Pick tool with a brush end and do a little brushing to try to pop out some of it, and then I'm going to have to use the pointy end to get some, I think. Just get my little pointy end going here. These delicate, delicate dies. Let's see. There we go. See how beautiful this is? Isn't that just gorgeous? I'm going to hold it up. Those two little guys, I want to get him to come out. Come on out, little guy. There we go. Let me just hold that up close so can you see how lacy and pretty that is? Isn't that just beautiful? Okay, let me clean that off. Okay. Now the interesting thing here is that when the die cuts the cardstock, it cuts that little square out in the center. And what I want to do is I want to put some of this paper in the center here. You do them upside down, Georgia. Interesting. I never think about that, but that would be a good idea. So rather than measuring this way, what I'm going to do is this is the floral paper I want to use, and I'm just going to cut a little fussy cut with my scissors, with my paper snip scissors, just a little bit wider than the piece that was cut out by the die, and it should turn out just perfectly to fit inside there. Let's see if I'm right. It looks just perfect, doesn't it? So I'm just going to put tiny, tiny dots of glue, because remember, I just used about 1/8 of an inch, just a tiny bit. Just little dots of glue there, because I just want to, maybe I'll just put them in the corner. Just little dots in the corner. It doesn't take a lot. Make it a little bit more right there. Okay, and we'll put the frame right over it. Just like that. And we'll hope that it all sticks in. It does. Doesn't that look so pretty? And I knew this was the color. I've known this, the Azure Afternoon worked with this paper. I've known it for a while, and it must be because I had looked it up previously. I'm pretty sure that I did. So now we have our card base that we've already put our paper on, and I'm going to just line these up kind of the way I want them to look. And I want to put this right in there. And the way I liked it before is I had this coming right up to the edge of the top of that frame and to the base of this frame. And I really liked the way that looked. And let's see, overlapping there and overlapping here. If you just kind of line it up and look and see what you think, and let's get it the same distance from the top and the bottom. I don't know. That looks pretty good. Now I just do kind of I know some of you, I have some friends who are so perfect with their measurements, and I bet some of you are like that. And I'm just not like that. I just line it up, and then I just go on in and put a little glue down, just like that. You know, and if it doesn't come out right, well, most of the time it does. But if it doesn't, then I I don't really get that upset. I just do it again. But I don't know. I really don't like numbers that much, so I don't measure. Is that bad? I don't really want to go in there and measure too much, so I just put a little glue and just kind of let it do its own thing. I don't want to measure um, all those little inches and kind of eighths of inches. But some people do. You know, Anthony from England, who pops on every so often, he is so good with that. And I just am not. I just don't like to do all those numbers. So I just kind of eyeball it and hope for the best. Because, you know, I want to have fun, don't you? We just all want to have fun. So I'm just putting little dots of glue and I'm just holding it down and hoping for the best. But I did line it up before we got started. And there we go. Look at that. It's going to turn out just great. Bravo. Yay. Georgia, I like that. If yours doesn't come out right, you call it a sample. You know, really, I just don't get all that worried about it. Because I'm just having fun. I'm doing my own thing, just kind of having a fun time. I love that idea, Georgia. I just love it. Well, I'm not going to adhere the blue yet, the Azure Afternoon. What we're going to do is we're going to stamp a sentiment. And I'm going to let that dry, and I'm going to stamp the word happy. You'll notice here on the birthday celebration, we have lots of great birthday words, and I'm going to use the word happy, and it happens to be, happy happens to be about a 1/2 inch wide, and I know that, and so I went ahead and cut a strip of white cardstock, basic white cardstock, 1/2 inch wide, and this is the Azure Afternoon ink. And so I'm going to ink up the word happy and stamp it on there. And that looks pretty good. Now what I'm going to do, I want to put the word happy across my frame. And I still have that little rectangle that the die cut out from the center there. So I'm going to be able to know exactly how to cut my sentiment because I can measure it by holding it over that rectangle and cutting it. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm just going to hold it like that. Just going to snip it. And then it will fit, hopefully, just perfectly. Okay. Right into the frame. And it does. Isn't that kind of cute? And where'd my glue go? And you can move this. On the other card, I had it down lower because I had a pretty flower. It just happened that the paper had a real pretty flower right there. But on this particular one, there's a pretty flower down here, so I'm going to do it this way. I want to move it so that it shows off the pretty flower. I'm just going to put the word happy right there, just like that. And now I'm ready to adhere this frame, and for this I'm going to use Stampin' Dimensionals. And I'm going to try to put them on the corners like that. Just a couple. We don't need a lot. Just 2, I think, should do it. And I'm going to put it between this top and this bottom here. Can you see that? Just like that. Okay, now, I also, in my envelope, I saved some cute little floral pieces. As I had mentioned to you, there were these cute little punch-out pieces as part of the designer series paper. I didn't have two more that had the peach pie flower, but I had one that had the light blue, which I think is Pool Party, and I think that's cute. So I'm going to put two of these, one on the top and one at the bottom. And I'm going to use mini Stampin' Dimensionals to adhere these. That's what I like about this designer series paper, is it has so much on it that is, you can just really go to town. There's enough in this set of designer series paper that I have enough for, so I'm having 5 ladies at my class. You have a lot of samples. You're making me really laugh, Georgia. I had one package of designer series paper, and I had enough to, I have 5 ladies coming tomorrow. They're each making 2 cards. So that's 10 cards, plus I made a sample and I'm making this one with you. So that's 12 cards. I had enough to make 12 cards for tomorrow using one package of designer series paper, and all these little doodads. And plus I've used it for a lot of other things. So there's plenty to go around in that package of designer series paper. Nancy, good to see you, Nancy Farrell. Okay, so we have those cute little guys there. And then we're going to decorate the inside a little bit. What we're going to do is this is another one of the cute little things, little punch outs. And I'm just going to, the leaf is, again, the Azure Afternoon color that we're using on our card. And I'm just going to glue this cute peach pie flower right to the leaf like that. And then I'm going to adhere both of them with glue to the inside of the card, right up here. And now the front of our card says happy, so the inside we want to say birthday. So I'm going to stamp a little scrap of basic white cardstock with the stamp that says birthday, and it's quite large. That's why I didn't put it on the front of the card, because the word birthday, this stamp is pretty large. Whoops, I didn't ink it quite enough, so I'm just going to turn it over real quick. Get a little more ink on there. Press down a little bit harder. That's better. I think I need to ink my pad. I can tell that. And then I'm just going to fussy cut around. If you don't like that, you could use a die to cut this, or you could cut a rectangle using your paper trimmer. But most of you know that I like to fussy cut around my sentiments. So that's what I'm going to do here. I'm just going to real quick fussy cut around it. Real close to the letters. I don't know, I like to fussy cut it. And it's quick, and I kind of like the way it turns out. Just like that. I think that looks cute. So I'm just going to glue this down. Shh, don't tell anybody that there's a birthday word on the back. Nobody will even notice. So I think that's a cute inside for a card. Just like that. Okay, now we need to finish off our front, and I have some of our peach pie ribbon. Now this is the bordered ribbon, and I think it might be, I think it's coming in. I think it's I don't think they have any right now, but I think they've got some on order. But I cut it in half lengthwise because I think this is a little bit of a delicate front, and I wanted it to be a little bit delicate. And I thought the width was a little too wide for the front. So I just cut it lengthwise already, and I'm just going to tie a little tiny baby bow. And it's okay if these little, whoops, it's okay if the little frayed pieces show. It's actually it's kind of the way I like my cards to be, is I like them to have a little bit of frayed edges. But that's just me. You may not like that, and that's okay. It's just the way I like to do it. And then I'm just going to stick this down here with a little mini glue dot. Just going to stick the knot of the bow right on the glue dot, and then adhere it just like that. And then I have some rainbow adhesive dots. And one thing I like about these, well, I'm pretty sure this is Azure Afternoon, so it's the same color, which I like. And I like the fact that these are tiny. And I like that they're small, and so they kind of go with the small, the delicateness, I guess is what I want to say here. So where will we put this? Let's just put one right there. So there are our 3 little dots, and now we just need to stamp our envelope, and let's stamp it with the word happy. Oh, thank you guys. I think it's cute too. This Wildflower birthday paper is, I'm thinking of getting another package of it, because for birthday cards, it's really the best paper I've seen in a long time. It just makes beautiful birthday cards. And then you add the beautiful storybook Friends frame dies, and they're just beautiful. So there is your little birthday card. You could also create a baby card with this using a different sentiment, a little bit different paper. Excuse me, but that would make a really cute little baby card, wouldn't it? Because it's so delicate. But I think that's a pretty cute birthday card, and this will be the prize for next week. Hi, Lisa McCusker. I see that you're watching. Thank you so much. So if you want to be in the random drawing for this prize that I'll award next week, then put the word prize. I do really love it, but I love the Storybook Friends dies. They're really, really cute. Okay, let's come back up. So let's give away the prize from last week, which was, last week we did make a fun fold last week. I try to make fun folds on Friday. I just got carried away this week. I really did get carried away with that, the Storybook Friends. But last week we did that fun, where we made that diagonal, let's go the right direction, that diagonal cut, and put some glimmer paper under there. And so this is the card that we're giving away today. And the winner for this card is Lori Mantovi. Lori, congratulations. I'm so glad that you won. I appreciate you guys watching my lives. Thank you so much. I appreciate you joining me. I love having you join me. And I love sending you my cards. And I love the cards that you send me. I've gotten several of your beautiful Get Well cards. Thank you so much. I'm getting better. And I appreciate you. And I'm trying to rest and drink lots of fluids. And it's just the tail end of COVID that's hanging on. And the doctor says, you know, as you get older, it just takes a lot longer to get over it. So, Lori, I'll be sending this out to you in a week or so. And if you're interested, if you want anybody that wants this card from today, put the word prize today here on Facebook or on YouTube, and you'll be entered to win. So thank you guys for sticking with me. Have a wonderful weekend. And don't forget about those rewards starting next Tuesday after 2 p.m. Mountain. 10% rewards on everything you order